Hey, Elizabeth, the curly-haired country gal here. I am going to show you what it looks like for us to feed our compost system using food scraps from our local grocery store and local restaurants and local flower shops. So I just wanted to show you, this is kind of what a normal weekly haul looks like. This doesn't include food from the barbecue place that gives us their food scraps, but I've got here a box of flowers. It does have a lot of stems, but I'm not worried about that. I'm happy to have different size materials in the system. But we're going to take these up in just a minute. So as you can see, there's just such a variety of things. We've got lettuce, grapes, pineapple, apples, corn on the cob. In this box, underneath, we've got an entire box of lettuce and spinach, and some of it's organic. Now, that's the big thing that might be a turnoff to some of you, is that this is not an organic system, and yet I think it's still worth it. Here, we've got some lettuce and even more salad greens here. And then underneath this box, we've got just an entire box of apples. Now, I just realized this doesn't even include the most recent boxes that I just picked up. So here we have the rest of the food scraps that I just picked up the other day, because I only dump them into the system once a week. But this is what I just picked up yesterday. So all this, reducing waste and free food for the chickens, bugs as the food starts to break down. So this is our haul that we're going to take up there and show you what it looks like for us to take this all out. Okay, so all the food scraps are up here. That took about 10 minutes. Normally this whole thing takes about 45 minutes to get everything unloaded, but my very good helpers are hard at work. We've got all these boxes that we're going to be unloading into the bay here, and our chickens are interested in what's going on. I'm keeping the meat separate. Oh, I'm recording a video. And then we've got some buckets here for trash. So we've got one for trash, one for plastics, and one for trays. You can put those right here, Gid. Yep. So trays in there, plastic in there, or trash. Yeah. Perfect. Good job, my kiddos. So this is one of the chores that the kids get paid for. They've been up here hard at work, opening a bunch of bags and getting some things unloaded. We've got bell peppers, tomatoes, apple, lettuce, squash, pineapple. Oh man, so many things. Blackberries, spinach. So we'll clean all this up pretty soon. But right now they're taking a little break because they are a little tired. So here is the trash that we got from the food drop for this week. So as you can see, we've got 2 boxes of just plastic trash, and then 2 boxes of plastic so that we can recycle. And then these are number 5s, I think, and so we have to you can't recycle those everywhere, but we have those. And then we also have this box of meat still, so I'm going to give some to the chickens, of course, and probably some to the dog. But again, this entire box just free of stuff where either the seals broke or it expired today or yesterday. So to me, that's an awesome resource. Just, you know, all you have to do is ask. You know, I'm kind of an asker. I don't mind asking questions. If somebody says no, that's okay. But I just think, you know, that's, I guess, something I would encourage you to think about is just ask. You know, if you're thinking about doing this system or whatever system it is, if you're trying to do things at a low cost, look at where those materials aren't needed anymore. Maybe not the top quality materials, but anyway, just something to think about. So there we go. All right, so now I'm going to take my trusty pitchfork, my favorite tool here on the homestead, and go ahead and stack up this compost that I've got, this finished compost, and take it down to what is going to be the food forest. Now, again, this compost is finished, it's beautiful, and it's been here it's worked its way down the line. It's been in the system at least 6 weeks, probably more like 12, maybe even longer. And then this pile has been here, I think 2, maybe going on 3 weeks. So it's ready to get moved. So I'll show you what that process looks like. Okay, so with this wheelbarrow full, I'm going to show you where it's going. Now this is our orchard. It has about 40 apple trees and 40 peach trees, something like that, an apple and peach orchard. And this is where we're going to have some garden beds. So I just have some boxes on top right now. That's just kind of to deter to the chickens. I don't really mind too much if the chickens are in the system, but it's just kind of to deter them, or to kind of attract bugs too, which kind of is the opposite. But a lot of crickets like to be in there under those boxes, especially when it gets wet. And anyway, but I'm going to be laying more cardboard into these rows. So I have my peach trees here. I'm going to be putting a whole bunch of soil in here, and this is going to be the start of the food forest next spring. And then the idea is that in the future these subsequent rows will have garden beds in between. So we'll see how much food we need to raise, because that's going to be a whole bunch of space. But for now, I can go get some of the cardboard from my stock of cardboard and bring some boxes over here, flatten them out, and then come and dump my new compost. So I'm going to go grab those. All right, so I'm going to flatten these, lay them out, and then go ahead and dump my compost, and I'll check back. Okay, so I got some more cardboard laid down here, and now I'm going to go ahead and dump this first load. In the future, I'm going to go ahead and build a concrete block raised retaining wall, but for now I'm just going to go ahead and still put the compost here, just so that I don't have to move the compost twice. And here come the chickens, ready for trying to find some bugs. Hey girls. Oh, it looks so good. This makes me so happy. And by the way, all this compost that's in this system so far, I mean, I'm not sure how much, probably at least 5 cubic yards or so. This is all since March. So this is November 2021, and I started this system around March. Time for load number 2. Okay, so now that this first pile is moved to its home, this final destination, I'm going to go ahead and move the 5th pile into the 6th pile location. Moving that first pile over took about 15 minutes, going at a pretty relaxed pace, so we'll see how long this takes. On to pile number 3. And I am going to get my faithful assistant here to turn the hose on for me, because I do need to wet this pile a little bit. It's a little dry, but this is now pile 6. Now I'm going to go to pile 4. Okay, pile number 4 has been moved to the 5 position, and I just found all these worms over there. Oh, they're just beautiful. I'm happy for them to be chicken food or to continue breaking down the piles, so I'm happy to see those. I did also see one of the jumping worms. I know there's some concern about those. It sounds like they just break things down too quickly, so I'm not too concerned about having them in the system, but I might need to keep an eye on them in the finished compost. So next pile. Okay, working my way up, and I rigged the hose to do the work for me. But I wanted to show you, I'm really excited. This is why I'm doing this system. I was just turning the compost and was finding some larvae, some little future beetles or whatever they're going to be. So that's exactly why we're doing this, is to get lots of protein for the chickens, a lot of high quality and low cost protein. So that's what they're digging for all day, hopefully. So even though part of me wants to keep going and get the job done, I'm so happy to see the chickens in there doing exactly what I want them to do, which is eat the free protein. So I guess it's break time. And time for the last pile. Piles are moved and stacked. So I'm going to show you the final result here in a second after I moisten this pile. Alrighty, so this is the end result. We've got 6 piles, 6 beautiful compost piles. They start up here and work their way down, and we've got, I'll walk over here. Okay, so this is the final result. After that took a little longer than normal. That took about an hour and 20 minutes to turn all the piles. So, you know, divided by 6, however many minutes per pile. But again, to me it's worth it. To me it's exercise, and to me it's getting top quality soil and feeding my chickens. So this is what we have here. And then we have the food scraps that the kids just helped me dump over here. The chickens are free to just roam through it. They were over here a minute ago. And then they'll tear down these piles, and then we'll build them back up throughout the week. And then the cycle continues. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found this video helpful and informative. If you did, would you like the video and subscribe to the channel? That'll help support future videos and myself and my family. Thanks, and we'll catch you next time.